Hello and welcome to Dryer Days Art Studio. I'm Catherine and I'm so happy to have you here with my fellow artist and partner behind me. I was challenged again by Susanna Danks, the lovely lady out of Australia who created the Resin Expressions line. Every single pigment and color used in this piece are Resin products. They're wonderful. I love them. I always link them in the description of every video to where you can find them at Laura's Art Corner in the US. Laura will ship worldwide as well. I was challenged by Susanna to do a sculpture type piece, which another extremely talented YouTuber and resin artist, Sue Finley, has been doing these over in her page, her channel. So I'm gonna link in the description to the video that I went off of this to create this piece. So this was sort of my second attempt. I had tried one time that I'm going to show you that process, and it was sort of a fail. But from that I learned a lot, and so then I went into this piece, which ended up turning out, and I just completed it last night. Thank you, Susanna, for this challenge. Thank you, Sue, for making these, and I hope you all enjoy the video. I also have to give a shout out to my patrons and my supporters this month. I have been so touched by everyone who has signed up to be a patron or to give on PayPal. Right? We're so happy and thankful. Yeah. And so as part of becoming a patron and a supporter of mine, I do give shout outs on my videos. So here are the people so far in May: Roseanne, Victoria, Tammy, Narelle, Deborah, Lori, and Marina. And so those are my supporters for May, and we're not even all the way through the month. Thank you so much. I just have so much gratitude for all of you. Thank you so much, and let's get right into the video. A few factors came into why this first attempt didn't go very well. First of all, the cellophane here came wrapped up very tightly and had these deep creases in them. And so I was trying to do everything I could to loosen up those creases, and it just was not working out very well. So I thought, well, maybe this will work out okay. We'll go with it. Another reason is I was using stone coat resin, which takes a longer time to harden up and cure, and I didn't factor that in very well in this first attempt. As I stated earlier, I am using all Resin Expressions products. I am using their teal, angel white, midnight black, and molten gold for this piece. And as I said, I will use stone coat in this first attempt. In the second and final attempt, I will use Pro Marine resin. You can find links to buy all the products that I use in the description of every video. And when you click on those links to buy products, you do help to support my channel. So thank you so much for that. So I came in here starting with the black. And I mean, as you can see, I'm already knowing this might be an issue. It was not laying completely flat because of the deep folds in the cellophane. Knew I was going to do two pieces, so I have another one set up on my floor, and this is just an MDF board, a 2 foot by 2 foot that I have primed and ready as a piece that I am laying the cellophane on top of and doing this. It was a nice flat surface for me to use. Coming in with the heat is going to help pop any bubbles and also create beautiful marbling and lacing effects. Did want this to be more of an oval or a round shape, but again, because of those folds, it really had a mind of its own and was creating its own shape, which I thought, well, that might turn out cool in the end. We'll see how this goes. I came in with these clear resin cabochons that I had made myself with extra resin. I'll include the mold that I use in my video description as well, where you can buy those. It's a mold that has small circles, squares, hearts, and ovals. And what I would do was, if I had leftover clear resin from a piece, I would pour it into the mold, and I created just a ton of these clear circle cabochons. And so I'm coming in here and laying those around the edge. And I will also come in with some mirrored glass that I got from Michael's to add that in as well. That second one that I did on the floor behind me, and I am going to kind of speed through this since this is the one that didn't end up turning out so well. I'm going to show a clip here. You can really see how they were moving around, losing their shape on the cellophane. And yeah, so these two did not turn out so well, and now let's get into the one that did turn out. Okay, this being my second attempt, I decided we're going to get in here, we're going to do this right. So I set up an area on my dining room table where I could do these side by side instead of one on my studio table and one on the floor. I'm using the exact same colors again, the Resin, Angel White, Midnight Black, Teal, and the Molten Gold. And this time I am coming in, like I said, and I'm using Pro Marine resin. I already have it mixed there in my cups. You can even find those disposable cups in my video description or in my Amazon store. This time I actually am using parchment paper as well instead of the cellophane, and I did tape that down onto these boards so that it's nice and flat so that it's not going to move. You know, nothing really sticks to parchment, so the tape can lift off pretty easily, but it's better than having nothing on there. And I'm just going to come in with that clear resin and put it in these individual cups that I am going to eventually put my pigments into. So as I said, I had followed Sue Finley's video of how she made this, and this sort of one, again, she had done on the cellophane, and now I'm doing on the parchment, so it is going to be a little different. Once I had the pigment and the resin in places that I liked, I came in with those cabochons again. And I go around the edge and lay them in the edge where I want to see them. And I will come in with the mirrored glass as well. after 8 hours, was able to move the resin. Now again, this was Pro Marine, so after about 8 hours, it was no longer tacky. It was firming up, but it was still pliable enough that I could shape it. Now again, I'm using parchment and Sue had used cellophane, so hers went a little bit differently than mine is going right now. It is already starting to separate from the parchment since it is curing. I was a little timid here because this was my first time doing this. I didn't want to press on it too hard, but I wanted to shape it. I put some gloves on here as to not get too much oil on the piece. The pieces were not staying down and taking form as I would have liked, so I got this idea to come in with some hair ties and try to keep it down. The black ones were not working, but I had some really strong clear ones. And I wrapped them around, and I knew that they might create a little indentation, but it was okay. I wanted a defined base of this piece, and these hair ties really helped me do that. So being a girl mom, I have a ton of these. I buy them all the time. You can find them in my Amazon store. And so I just put 2 or 3 of these clear hair ties around, and I let this sit overnight. Now, a part that I thought I recorded and unfortunately I didn't was after these were fully cured and put a layer of clear resin in between them. So I took them apart, I just put a little pool of clear resin in the bottom and then stacked the other one back inside. And so now this is a solidified one-piece resin sculpture. And I love how the cabochons and the mirrored glass look in there together. It gives a really nice texture. I think the colors turned out gorgeous. I really like this piece. I think it's really interesting. You can see in the center there, you could put a candle in there. You could put a little jar, a small vase, or even just as a little trinket jar for rings or jewelry, or you could just set it on your table or your buffet or your mantle as an interesting statement piece. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks again to Susanna for the challenge. Thank you to Sue for her awesome creativity. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the video description for all the links that you might need. And until next time, everybody, keep on pouring.